Hi friends, this is Chris. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm actually on my way to work, and this is my last day at the radio station, and I'm really happy. I wouldn't say I like hate working there, just sometimes it's time to move on and do something else. So I'm sure you guys understand that feeling, and it is a great feeling to have. And there's a couple things I want to share with you about the station, and also sort of things happening there on the news that are related that I think you'll enjoy. The first thing that's really stressful about the radio station is we have to be very careful about what we say. So for example, we can't endorse any brands, we can't talk about any particular products that we buy, anything like that, which is fine. I completely understand, right? We're not there to endorse anything, but it becomes difficult to control your language. You have to really think about stuff, because just think about any times in a day that you'll say a particular brand name. Now you can mention companies and stuff like that when you're talking about something in the news, but just in general conversation. And it comes up a lot for me because my particular show is just sort of like, sorry, we're to say like chatting show, kind of casual, and it can't really, you got to be careful, like what kind of movies did you see over the weekend, any number of things. The other thing too, you have to be careful about your language in terms of swearing, any of that kind of stuff. Now I don't swear all day every day, but you still have to be careful about your language. That's another thing it's just hard. It's hard to like self-censor yourself all day every day. Another big thing that's really tough about working at the radio station is you're really not supposed to have an opinion on anything. So that again is tough. And it's funny because these things sound probably very, very different to you than say what you see in American media, where it seems like every journalist has opinions and maybe promoting things all the time, that sort of thing. Here, at least in terms of this radio station that I work at, they receive money from the government, so there's some very strict regulations that they have to follow, and if not, they get fined. So that's actually really stressful to follow, and sometimes if you don't get the words exactly correct on, like, say for example, I have a coworker, she her job is to read like the, how can I say, the national emergency broadcast kind of stuff. Just an example, there's a storm coming and you got to get every word exactly correct, which is completely understandable, right? You don't want to like tell someone that it's 100-mile-an-hour winds when it's only 90-mile-an-hour winds or whatever, right? Even though that's only a 10-mile-an-hour difference, they want you to repeat exactly what the message is. So it's not that the government's necessarily like doing anything heinous or anything like that. It's just that you have to be really, really precise. So those kind of things kind of just weigh on you for a while, and it's just not necessarily for me. And everyone's gonna have a different opinion on that. If that sounds like a job that would be appealing to you. The thing I don't really like about the radio station is picking the topics that you want to talk about. So sometimes every now and then there's a topic I want to talk about that may not necessarily get approved, so they say, okay, that's no good, you got to do something else. And it's kind of a hassle, and that's one of the things I really hate is when someone asks you to redo your work. So and I've mentioned this before in the time on the channel that I just hate having bosses, these kind of things. So just time to move on, and that's something I really enjoy about when I do YouTube. I can just talk about anything that I want all day, every day, and enjoy spending time with you guys. I can have opinions as well, which I think is important. And I don't like make up facts, that kind of stuff. The funny thing is that on YouTube they're not going to fine you if you like misquote numbers. But one of the things that I'm just sharing with you, something that I've learned working in journalism, these kind of things, is yes, do be precise with your facts. So I'm not advocating for people to just make up crap. I never have. I'm just saying when you do it professionally, it does create a lot of stress, right? So that's something that you always want to be mindful of. So actually I used to work on TV a bit when I was in China. My wife wants me to work with TV here in Korea. I'll show you guys the subway if you haven't seen this before. It's always fun to show you. This is the card, just throw your on there. You can see the price for yourself. It's not that expensive. It's like with the current conversion, maybe $1.10, $1.20, something like that, and you can go anywhere in the city. And now we're inside the station. You guys can see it's very clean. You can see behind me there, there's not that many people around. It's early in the morning. What time is it? I think it's like 7, something like that. And the subway's usually not that crowded either. And if you haven't ever had this life, it's really good. I don't have to worry about parking. I don't have to worry about getting gas. I don't have to worry about warming up the car, any of that stuff. $1.10, you go to work and you can just rest and relax. That's a life for me. So some people, like in USA, really, really love their cars. I don't know, when you get used to life without having one, I don't really miss it, especially for this kind of stuff. You guys can see what it looks like on the train. A little bit more busy than normal, but it's still fine. It's not really that busy, as you guys can see. Also in the news, the OpenAI drama has been really fun to watch. So if you guys know OpenAI, the board fired Sam Altman, the CEO, saying basically you've been lying to us, don't tell us the truth or whatever, something like that. They also have disagreements over the direction of the company. So they hired Mira to take over to be CEO, and then I guess the next day then they went with the Twitch, former Twitch CEO, that was Emmett Shear, and then now the news is that Microsoft is going to be hiring Sam Altman to head up some sort of AI thing. I guess OpenAI has 770 employees. 700 employees signed some sort of letter saying they will leave the company and go work for Microsoft if the board doesn't resign and I guess bring back Altman. So what a weird story, right? And the other thing what's also funny is was it Benioff, I think his name is, over at Salesforce, is saying that if anyone leaves OpenAI, he will offer them a matching compensation to come work at Salesforce. So essentially those people have somewhere to go, so they're not too worried. One of the things I'll tell you guys, and I talk about this a lot in this channel, is have good relationships with people at work. When these kind of things happen, be it opportunity, be it storm, or anything, you want to have people that have your back. It's something that's very important. Now, I know to younger viewers of this channel, or people who are just, how to say, like getting started out in industry, like when we talk about these kind of things, it probably sounds strange to you. Like, why are we always talking about relationships and getting to know people who work? Well, this is why. This is how the world really works, especially if we want to move up. In these situations, like if there's an opportunity, say at Microsoft, something like that, and your coworker goes over there, they usually say, hey, do you know anyone else? We need someone in X. And then people, think about it. Okay, oh yeah, I got a friend, or I have a former coworker who's really, really good. That's how the world works. It's not about like applying blindly through some application system. It's all through relationship. And I gotta cross the street here. I don't want to get killed. 1 second. But that's how things are done, right? The other thing too, you always want to be upgrading your skills so that you have skills that somebody always wants. And so like in this day and age right now, if you have skills in AI, people want that. So that's why the Benioff and over at Salesforce, or people over at Microsoft are like, hey, we know you have the skills, you're working at a great company, come on over here. And that's also too why generally speaking, you want to go to the best places possible, because when you're surrounded by good people, you'll be working on the most exciting projects, and you'll give yourself more opportunity. Also in the news was a story about the Chinese property developer thing. I guess what's going on right now is the government has a list of 50 or so companies that they consider preferred / safe, safe, whatever that means, right? And the basic idea though is that there may be some bailout involved that may be coming down the line for some companies. And it reminded me the same thing with the OpenAI stuff, is that the world, again, is all about relationships. So, if you're a property developer and you're trying to save your company and you're underwater, and if you have the right friends in the right places, you will get on that list to be one of those 50 preferred companies. If not, you are sunk. And so, again, guys, this is how the world really works. And I always like to share these things with you. I used to live and work in China, and this is something that they always say all the time. They use the word Guanxi, but it basically means relationship. And kind of everybody knows this. That's how the way it works. The interesting thing is that in the USA, some people have like this weird fantasy that everything's all based on your resume and your qualifications, and if you just work hard, etc. And maybe in your experience that is true. In my experience in the world, the way things work is have the right relationship, have the right connections, these kind of things. And yes, it doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard. I mean, I'm not saying that. You totally should. But it takes a combination of these things. And I think what happens for a lot of people is like they work really hard, they try to do the right thing, but they don't make the efforts to build connections and stuff like that. Think of the OpenAI kind of thing, right? You could be the hardest worker ever, but if no one is aware of what you contribute to the world, your skills, your talents, these kind of things, then it's really, really hard to get ahead. Again, it's about relationships. So yes, you want to have both, but relationships is very, very important. If you want to hear about my experiences in China, and I'm just mentioning that, I wrote a book called Positive Angle. I know I mention it a little bit more these days, mostly because it's holiday season. And if you're looking for a gift hey, it's a great one to give, and let's, you know, keep that positive energy going. You can find it over on Amazon. So that was my last day at the radio station. I'm so happy. You know, it's funny whenever you you know, quit a job that you just want to go do something else. You just feel like there's a big great weight that's been lifted off your shoulder. You don't have to go in the office anymore, those kind of things. Again, is always pursue the things that you are most passionate about. You will find that you'll work much harder, that you'll be much happier, and you'll be more focused if you do that. If you only work for money and that's all you're working for, that's all you're gonna get. And I'm just telling you guys, there are a lot more things out there that are worth pursuing, that really sort of like get your whole mind, heart, and, you know, body involved, and give you a much more rewarding experience. So hope you celebrate my day, maybe go get a special lunch, something like that. It's just a great feeling and a great weight to be lifted off. So anyway, thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you next video.